Get to smash that like button. Subscribe. We need some subbies. Come on, you can do it. Late night. Woo, good vibes.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Hey, what's up? Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, you had to park all the way out here? This is crap.
Hi.
Fix the bubble machine. Hey kids, fix the newel post. Fix the bubble machine here. Bubble machine here in the playset. I'll turn it off now. I could leave it on the whole time. It's probably gonna ruin those chairs. I mean, can you ruin something with soap? I guess so. I don't know. Hi everybody, welcome on Instagram over here. Hello, good evening. 2012 KTM is here. Porsche Heaven. What a Porsche Heaven would be, right? Late for Biking is back. Hi, Late for Biking. ND98 2K is here. Stranger Sam. Ooh, danger. Stranger Sam is here. Secret Car Club events. Hello, Secret Car Club. 911 Anchorman. What's up? Billy, Leo, Porsche Heaven. Chris has a camera. Apex Dream Cars. We Are Logan. St. Clair Insurance. CoverageForYourToys.com. CoverageForYourToys.com.
CoverageForYourToys.com.
Henry's all right. All right, bunch of people. So hello, welcome everybody. Otto, Leo. All right, Kurt's here. Kurt's here on his Norcos. I hope you get your foot elevated, buddy. Healing up well. Good evening, everybody. Tonight is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. May the 4th be with... No, that's the wrong one. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. We'll bring the camera in here, and it'll look it over here. You can see the pretty girl right over there. My name is Jay Ryan. To my right is Nicole Ryan. Over here to my left is Justin. I'm going to bring everybody in here. Why don't we? Why don't we just do that? And Fred and Kurt says, haha, he's laughing. Kurt was awesome. He made it up to Breakfast Club the other day, but he had to borrow David's BMW because it was automatic. It was modern BMW 5 Series, turbo BMW, whatever. Because yeah, exactly, had no clutch pedal. May the force be with you. So as I was doing the promo for this evening, it's like, may the 4th be with you. And then all that did was put me into like a lispy Ian Baggy kind of a, may the 4th be with you. Thanks, buddy. How are things with you? What's going on there? He's waving, yeah. I know. All right, you guys are awesome. Anyway, so it is May 4th, and it's another Tradecraft Tuesday. Speaking of which, I've got to open this for you. I wanted to do this on the air because I want to show everybody else. If you are someone who imbibes in either CBD or THC vape products, and you are familiar with opening the packaging, it doesn't matter which brand you have. Everybody, as creative as they all are with the packaging, they all seem to be just as creative with the techno babble that makes it impossible to open for children or whatever. By the way, kids can just look at this and be like, boom, and it's open, I'm sure. But adults, these days we're like, do you tear it? Do you open it? Do you twist it? Do you pull it? Is there a zipper? There's so many different ways. Anyway, I love what they've done here, and I'm going to show it. It's like old school batteries. Imagine a battery and how you would get a battery out. Let me just... what just happened? You know what? I shouldn't have said that. You know what it's like? I'm going to take that all back. Take that all back, and I'm going to make you guys want to try this and have this for no other reason than glow sticks. It's like a glow stick.
Yep.
Now, don't go any further with the glow stick, because you don't want to break your pen. But when you do, actually a little bit, you got to... There it goes. Flings right open there. And there you go. Ready to use. Now, it's all charged up, ready to go. Doing a commercial for Tradecraft Farms. Hope nobody minds. Is just as well a commercial for Cruise into Wellness or any other vape products. In that this is how you partake in them. If you don't know, but that's it. And there you go. It's ready to go.
That's awesome.
That's a blue dream.
I like that strain. I don't know why.
Well, you said it's supposed to be good. It's a sativa, which often you like because that works in the opposite order for you. Most people that hypes them up, and for you, some reason it kind of mellows you out, you say.
It's not as hyper for me.
Which is kind of, that's what you say the opposite part is, right?
Yeah.
It should be the opposite.
Yes.
Am I right about that? Indicas are normally a sleepy one, and sativa is normally...
Sativa is creative, and my tolerance is so high, and blah, 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 whatever. It's mellow for me.
I think it's great. Carissable! Hello, Carissable! Our new favorite friend on the TV here and the Instagram. Jay Reagan. That was funny. I thought Joe Rogan was here. That would be weird. I have to tell you guys, Jay Ryan has a story for everything because I've had that life. I had the Forrest Gump life. Until we started doing this where I became the most consistent guy in the history of the world, I was not very consistent and I was all over the place. But being that I have a story for everything... what was I just... Oh, Joe Rogan. I used to work with Joe Rogan. I totally worked on news radio with Joe Rogan. But he wasn't famous yet. Like, he was a stand-up already. He was a stand-up already because he was doing dates when he was on news radio. I'm sure of it. But anyway, yeah, but he wasn't... Nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew his name on that show. News radio was the show with Phil Hartman, Andy Dick, and like that girl from this and that guy from that, and Joe Rogan was not really one of them. He was just the guy on the show.
He wasn't very famous yet.
No, in my mind it was Fear Factor when he blew up, and in my mind that was after news radio because he was not a big deal then. He was great on the show though. In fact, if there's any way to go watch those shows again, if anybody knows how to watch news radio, if it's streaming somewhere, let me know. Just because I want to know, but you should all check it out. It's great. I'm sorry. One thing bothered me. If you couldn't tell. Preoccupied much? So I'm going to keep this wide shot, and I'm going to move a camera that I... So the thing is... Everybody knows this, but they don't really get to see it that often. You can't fucking walk anymore. So you getting into the studio is like a thing. So we can't really have much in your way. You've made it around that camera, but it's more difficult than it needs to be for you, and I'd like to not be. So anyway... I like to put a camera in place after you're in place, and sometimes I forget to do it. Today's one of those days.
Thanks for that. I fall easily. That does help a lot to make that not happen.
So you're just going to sit there and watch it all? Are you on pause?
No, I talked and then I couldn't figure out what to say next.
Oh, well, good for you for just sitting there then, being okay with that. That's progress for you.
It's huge. Huge progress.
Do you mean it?
Yes.
Okay. I meant it too.
My default is very chatty. so I'm learning to not be.
But how about that didn't used to be the case?
Yeah, that's true.
You were the chatty one, and I was much less.
Yes, sir.
Crazy. Man, how things change. All right, so here we are. Here's where we are. This is what we're doing. It's Star Wars night. That means absolutely nothing to me and to you and to a lot of people, I guess. But what did Yoda say when Luke gave him his first car? I don't know, but I got to catch up on these. All right, everyone else probably already knows the answer. Hey, hi. Skip Plus joined. Hello, Skip. Howdy, folks. Oh, I got to put the comments up in case they show up. There we go. We're good. That's good. McNulty. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay. Oh, no. There we go. Okay. All right. What did Yoda say when Luke gave him his first car? May the Porsche be with you. Oh, okay. Well, all right. That was, sure. Cute. Very cute. All right. No, that was nice. It's nice when somebody else brings a joke, a little material.
Yeah.
So what? We're talking about Star Wars tonight. I don't get it. I've never gotten it in my whole life. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not. What's Jay's beef with Star Wars? It's not that. But if there are any Star Wars fans out there, my buddy Kaz from the East Coast feed is a huge one. I'm curious if anybody, is. Bobby Bass, hey y'all, Carissable, ha ha ha. Laughing at me. Love you both. Love you, Porsche Heaven. Do we know you in person, Porsche Heaven? I feel like I should know you based on your handle there. I don't mean like because of my near-death experiences. Random shout out because I do this sometimes. A love for our brother Smoke and Tire over there. Guys, check out the show from today they put up. They called it a cruise show, but what it really is Mac. There is no Mac. There's a Matt and there's a Zach. Matt and Zach and Hannah, the three of them all did a show recapping. It was basically we got like 1/3 of the story on Sunday when we were on the porch with them from Matt.
Shit.
We talked about the olive oil, he talked about the peanut butter. All right, so there's so much more. And with Hannah, it's basically a recap from their off-road adventure that they just did. Anyway, it was on in the background earlier when I was doing some emails and stuff. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Go check it out, Smoking Tire. I guess they're calling it a cruise show, but it's with Hannah. It's so funny.
It's a
so
great
funny.
story, and I'm stoked to hear her perspective on it.
I mean, they talk about other things too. Don't think it's just that. I mean, they get into cars and review. Like it's a normal show as well. But Hannah, oh man, every time I either hang out with her a little bit more in real life or see her again, like there's another few minutes or a different side of her from the Smoking Tire show. I just like her more and more every time because she's so fucking real, and that is just not everybody in the world. So it's really refreshing. I don't want to tell you anything specific. Just go watch it. It's really funny. And she's so awesome. So love you, Hannah. And love to Magnus's Hannah, by the way, who came to Breakfast Club the other day. We hadn't seen her in ages since she was here last.
That was very cool.
Hannah Elliott. Well, I'm sure other people have put that together. I don't know if I have. The multiple Hannahs in the girlfriend front. I feel like there might be a third one somewhere.
I don't know.
Okay.
I talked to the tall one for a few minutes, Hannah Elliott.
The tall one. You said that
Yeah,
right now?
Just did. I've got to narrow it
She's
down.
our friend. We know her personally now.
I love her dearly, but for people
yes, the
that don't
tall
know
one.
them, we talked about that. She's a tall beanpole.
You're right about that because if I hug you, you feel thin. I hugged her and she was even less than you. It's kind of amazing. You guys are, I would say, cut from the same cloth. You guys are hanging the same cloth. We got to give. It doesn't matter. That's a mental note for me. We have to give them something, and that's a reminder. Nobody else needs to. None of your business. It's not. You wouldn't care. I assure you. All that was. It was just Smoking Tire and that transition to Magnus. Is that all that was? Mm-hmm. Okay. Star Wars is the theme of the night. May the 4th be with you. So Danbury Chive, who I was mentioning before, big fan, whole life, big fan, Star Wars. he had all the toys. In fact, he has 2 of all the toys so that he could have one that he would have out, like either to pose or play with. No, that's right. It didn't sound good, but I meant it. It's right. Either pose him and hang him on the shelf, like in a case. Yeah, but you pose them specifically, like. Anyway, and one that he would always keep. So I'm hoping that guy's got like Bitcoin worth of Star Wars stuff in the attic somewhere for his kid. That shit could pay for college one day. I mean, that's very, very real.
There's a lot of collectible stuff in that franchise.
I'm just thinking of other things we know about. We're like, oh man, somebody bought the one right thing, and then they could retire, and it wasn't not even planned.
Yep.
Oh, you hear it on what's the show? I was going to say the show with the old people and the vases, Antiques Roadshow all the time. Some guy. It happened to a friend of ours, a guy who worked at Paramount, a guy who was an executive at Paramount, as a matter of fact. And that's not to say he didn't need the money, but he took something, a family heirloom they had forever. He knew it was valuable in that, like, don't throw this out, like it's worth some money. And whatever it ended up being worth, he was expecting like. In his wildest dreams, he was hoping for like $20,000, $25,000, something. He thought it was more like 5 or so, 10 maybe. But like wildest dreams, he was like, man, you never know. It could be like 25,000. It was like $220 something thousand for whatever it was. I can't even remember. Something made of glass. And I don't want to say his name now. But shout out to JC over at Paramount. I'm sure you're not there anymore. Not because of your Antiques Roadshow fortune, but because of life. I'm talking about this is 2007. Everybody Hates Chris was going on.
That was what?
How about it? Antiques Roadshow was on the air. I don't even know if that's still going. Who knows? I just say he was the nicest guy in the world. John Campbell, I loved you, John Campbell. You were fucking awesome. Really helped me a lot around that lot. Name the site Chewbacca created to give out Empire secrets. .com? I don't know. Oh, Wookiee Leaks. All right, he's good. He's got a few of them. This is great. All right. I'm in as long as you've got them. Porsche heaven. Good stuff. Wookiee Leaks. I should have seen that coming. That was pretty easy. Which app do Jedi use to open PDF files? Adobe One Kenobi. That's so stupid. I love it. See, I love dad jokes. We were watching the show, Crashing. Anybody ever see Crashing?
Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes. He's basically a modern day John Ritter, but he's like got the dad thing. He's like, who wants Fresca? And he chucks him. I'm gonna barbecue. So funny. All right. Why did the Anakin Skywalker cross the road to get to the dark side? Oh, okay. I was like, the syntax of the Anakin Skywalker got me because, as you know, Anakin Skywalker, as you know, because I'm a Star Wars expert, as you know, Star Wars, mansplaining. It's not really that. Sometimes I do this to see if I'm right. This is one of those cases. Anakin is Darth Vader, but when he was a kid.
Okay.
Anakin is Luke Skywalker's dad, hence the same last name. It's not Darth Vader Skywalker, but it is, though. But it is.
I'm going to be no help to you ever.
No, but isn't that interesting that I know these weird fucking things, just like I know all of the odd rules in sports. Can't stand watching the sports. But in order to get through it, my Rain Man brain's like, oh, that's what icing is. Like, oh, offsides in football or whatever. Like, I get it,
Yeah.
Is there an offsides in football? I might have that one wrong. But the downs took me a while. I get that one.
Hockey
one, I get
knew
offsides.
all the shit that no one ever knows about.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trick the fuck out of me.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell you a single player's name or how teams were doing or anything. I just knew the rules. And that was, again, weird that he keeps coming up a lot lately, but that was all due to my old roommate, Brett, who was a huge hockey fan and born and raised in L.A. So we used to go to tons of Kings games because he had a lifetime of being a sports fan and working up all those favors. So he was always, like, every vendor that he worked with knew he was a hockey, so his payout would always be tickets. So we used to go all the time. Plus beer and hot dogs. That's what I was like, beer and hot dogs. I'll learn the rules. It's cool. It's always fun going to a sporting event. Mm-hmm. It's fun going to a sporting event, or it used to be. I don't know what it's like now. Used to be. Also, when you first get to town and everything's exciting, and I never used to go to sporting events when I was a kid. I went to one Hartford Whalers game. So that was that was my one professional sport experience. So I had that to base it on. So he was like, "Oh, well, I'll take you to a bunch more. That way we can have something to talk
was
about."
probably really fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Compared to East Coast hockey, it's mellow.
Oh yeah. Well, being in the what at the time was the brand new Staples Center was amazing compared to I was used to there was used to 3 different venues when I was a kid. It was the Hartford Civic Center, which is where the Whalers played. There was the New Haven Coliseum, which is where like the circus would come or the trade show, or when I was a kid. This is very, very real. We just watched that movie where they steal the Declaration of Independence. This is very, very real. And this is why I was like, some of that stuff is pretty accurate. They brought the bill. There was a time when I was in elementary or maybe middle school, but there was a time in America, maybe I don't know what they were celebrating. We'll have to do the math. But they took the Bill of Rights out and around. I feel like you would have seen it in your school. They didn't just come to our fucking town. Like they took it across the country, all over, so all schools could do it. And the line, it took all day to do. You know what I mean? To go look at a piece of paper that was totally faded and you couldn't even see anymore anyway. Why did I tell you that? Oh, anyway, so that was the New Haven Coliseum. And then the third one was Nassau Coliseum, and that was on Long Island. And that was, that might have been where the Islanders played, come to think of it, although they might have had their own arena. But if not, it was definitely where the monster trucks were. So that's why I always refer to it when whenever you do Sunday, 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 and I mentioned Nassau Coliseum, because that's what I heard in the local commercials when I was a kid. I'm watching the Smurfs or something else on Channel 11 PIX. And every time the commercial would come on, Sunday, 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 Saturday morning cartoons, and then Sunday, Sunday, have your dad bring you to the, go beg your dad now.
Oh, I feel like
everyone's laughing at my lunacy. I know, I'm crazy. I'm sorry. It's what it is. What app do Jedi use to open PD? Oh, we did that one. I'm sorry. Got some new material. What did the Anakin Skywalker? Oh, I did that one. All right. Why does Princess Leia keep her hair tied up in a bun?
I don't know.
So it doesn't hang so low. So low.
Oh,
yeah, so low.
Good.
I guess. Why can't you count on Yoda to pick up the bar tab?
I don't know.
He's always a little short. I feel like these are fading. Endorse something, raise the bar. Deplaying. See, now that's funny to me because I'm an old guy. Kurt, that's great. Hervé Villachez, Fantasy Island. I'm with you. Nobody else knows what we're talking about. Although they did try to reboot the franchise with that movie just right before COVID, although I don't know if it came out because of COVID. Remember, it's like a horror movie now. They brought it back as a horror movie.
Yes.
And it's the guy you used to work with, Michael Pena.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to work with him? Did I make that
My
up?
colleague did.
Oh, okay. There was a while there he came up in every movie we watched.
He was in
because he's
everything.
worked so much. He's such a good actor, and he can do anything. So he's in big roles, small roles. He's a character. He's a lead guy. And meanwhile, you all are like, who? I don't know how to describe him. He's like, if you don't know him by name, he's just a Latin American actor that you've seen in everything, and he's very talented. Is that fair?
It's a good description.
He's always a cop. He's always a cop. I don't know why I said that twice. Make sure you knew. If you're thinking about somebody who doesn't usually play a cop, that's not him, okay? Somebody else. What kind of money do they use in space? Starbucks! Space bucks, what I would have said. Because I'm pretty sure it's space bucks. Ask anybody who's been to space. High Octane Classics is here. Hi, Octane Classics. One Hoffy is here. Please tell me you have some connection with the Hoff. Skip Plus smiles. Everyone smiles. Producer Skip is here, everybody. That's right. I called him Producer Skip. He produces remotely, but he keeps us on. Let's see. Steve Straley. Steve Straley. Holy crap.
Way.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That brings back memories, he said. Because he knows the same thing because we grew up in the same place. So he watched the same commercials. I can't believe you're here, buddy. Are you in Florida or are you in New York right now? Oh, my God. I love you. For anybody else who doesn't know, he owns a company. Well, they do almost anything construction-wise, but truthfully, they're the company that picked up the desk and chairs for us from the museum.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
So amazing.
Love that guy.
Mm-hmm. He was at our wedding in Hawaii,
Yes.
on Kauai.
He's the only one I have like real photos with of that trip.
I think we hung out with him for most of it.
I believe so.
It was weird to have we had a destination wedding because we wanted to just get married there, and then there was a lot of familial pressure to invite a bunch of people. So we did like the middle. We like still did our thing, but like said you can come if you want to, and like 20 people did, which was fine. But it seemed that everybody kind of ended up doing their own thing, and because of how family goes, there was plenty of drama, and because of that, people click off into their own thing. So I know I spent the majority of my time with him, much more so than you, that's for sure. No offense, just worked out that way.
Yeah.
Let's see. If Darth Vader was a Disney character, let me tell you something, bro. Wake up. Darth Vader is a Disney character. What song would he sing? When you wish upon a star. I don't get it. Oh,
Galaxy.
When you wish upon a star. See, I don't get it. A couple things. Disney owns Star Wars in every possible way. So he is definitely a Disney character now. And that's what Jiminy Cricket used to sing. So I know there's... See, the thing is, I don't get Star Wars, so I'm probably missing it. It's probably like a take on a line from the movie, but I don't get it. Oops, it easy. I'm getting text. People are being like, no, you idiot, you're behind. Scroll up. Steve goes, yeah, I was one of them. You're amazing. You're amazing, buddy. Oh, Australia, I love you so much. Love you so much. That was a Fantasy Island reference, not stage direction. I know it was. I know. When the boat would arrive with all the tourists on it from Fantasy... By the way, Fantasy Island was a show on television in the 80s. It might have been paired with like the Love Boat. It was that time frame. It was a spelling show. I feel like it was definitely paired with the Love Boat now that I say that. And the premise was that everyone and your wildest fantasies could be lived out on this island. So basically, you book a trip to this fucking magic place with these weird people on this island, and like your fantasy comes true. So the whole point is, because it's a guy and it's running this hotel full of magic and shit, when the boat's arriving, he snaps everyone to attention, smiles, everyone smiles, like everyone's lining up like, oh, the people are coming, we're getting ready to work now, Basically, all that prim and proper, get ready. That's what it is. I felt the need to explain that I got the reference, apparently. What's going on in the Porsche world? High Octane Classics. We're talking about Star Wars tonight and the Porsche marketing tie-in with Star Wars. They've done a handful of them now, so I don't think it's going away, including the May the Porsche Be With You tag that was all over the place today. They're doing like Star Wars themed vehicles. Some of the electric. There's some Taycans that are white with... oh, yeah, no, they look like stormtroopers and stuff. They kind of do anyway, but they're themed out. And I just, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just curious to hear what people think, because I don't know. I do think it's odd, but the world is changed. Is changing continually always, but it has definitely changed since we were doing this stuff. And lines that used to be lines are just not even blurry lines anymore. They're just kind of like, oh, that's all in the same box now. You didn't hear? The Chrysler Cordova and the Corinthian leather. Yes. Beauty. I think the Chrysler Cordova, I think that changed, wasn't it? I think it switched to the Chrysler Cordova. Wasn't it something else first? I remember it always had that, I don't know, tasseled roof. I don't know, whatever you call that. Like scalloped, like reeds, his VW thing, his Acapulco VW thing. Okay. For anybody who never saw this show, they arrived in what looked like like a life-size Fiat Jolly. The Fiat Jolly is inherently small; it's miniature, but it was really neat. Have you seen the Porsche Taycan painted by the German artist Kef? Yes, I think so. Chrysler New Yorker, yeah. I think you're both right. I think maybe that's what it was. It was one thing and then turned into the other. But I loved when it was the station wagon that they cut the top off, and then it was the whole, like, that was just so cool. They basically made it like a safari vehicle. Like you're out, you're in the car, but you're outside, but you're covered. You got the three things. You're safe in the car, but you're outside, but you're still covered.
That sounds like a bit someone did about a gazebo.
Oh, well, maybe that's where I got it. I thought I was being creative and clever, but I could have just been plagiarizing.
If there's a car that's a mobile version of it, it's pretty.
So, does anybody have any Star Wars stories? Does anybody like Star Wars? Can anyone explain to me why Star Wars is good?
Not me.
All right. Well, in the meantime, somebody say something because I've got a load of movie in here. It won't take but a second, but I got to grab it.
Well, I suppose that's me. I'll try to put my voice.
Somebody. That's funny. Tell them why that's funny. How's that? That'll give you something to talk about.
Okay. There was a minute where like things would just happen, and before I took responsibility for anything, the term came about that someone did something.
Here's the thing. Yes, she's exactly right. But the backstory would be that, like, things would randomly get broken, or things would get moved, or whatever. But it wasn't me. It's like Poltergeist. That's not my mess. I didn't do it. It was like she clearly grew up in a house with other kids, and I'm an only child, so it was like there was nobody else. You just take responsibility. Who else? What did the fucking non-existent dog we don't have do it? Come on, it was obviously you. So I grew up with that mentality, and she's always like, plausible deniability. In those days, I was like, okay, well, we finally came up with a word. In an effort to not have a fight, I would just start the conversation with like, okay, well, someone left the butter on the counter, or, someone, blah, 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 whatever. And it became a very funny joke. And then we learned, like, that's like a therapy thing. Like, we didn't learn it in therapy or anything, but, like, that's a thing you do to sort of, so that you can communicate without flaring the other person up.
Diffuse responsibility.
Yeah, otherwise somebody who's constantly programmed to, will, the hand's already up.
Diffuses resistance.
Sharkworks is here. What's up, Sharky? Good to see you, brother. Hoping that you get down to LA at some point. We would love to have you in the chair here in real life. That would be awesome. If not, we could certainly do it remote as well, because they're up up north. But it'd be really cool for you to be here for all the reasons. Plus, when was the last time you were in LA? Come see me. Come see Magnus. Come hang out. Come drive the Crest. All the stuff you love to do. Love to the team up there. All right, so some of the stuff I missed. May all your engines sing sweet songs as you head further on down the road. Amen, Porsche Heaven. I love that. To you as well. To you as well. The Summer Muse is here. We can all use that. 'Tis the season. Skip Plus, like a Caribbean Jeep, exactly. It's a space western and just fun. You guys are talking about Spaceballs. I love that.
Love that movie.
And now you're saying Le Plane. Now, this could be a Mandela effect type of situation, like the Berenstein versus Berenstain Bears. But I remember Des Plaines, as in like
That's tattooed,
but with a little bit of a accenty type deal. Mm-hmm. Des Plaines. Also, when Hervé Villachez grew a beard, I found that to be very weird. How about you guys? Because while he was a grown man, so here's another thing on this show. There was a little tiny person. And he was very famous at the time. He was on The Tonight Show all the time and everything. He was on Sesame Street. I remember all this stuff. Nothing I watched and threw away. It's all in there. As a kid, I thought Spaceballs was the original Star Wars.
So
Danny, I don't know how old you are, but we are in exactly the same situation. The reason the theme of the show is what it is, I don't get Star Wars. I don't know. I didn't see it in the theater when I was a kid. I think they took me to see like the last one, but gee whiz, I don't know what's going on. Who knows? Like the Ewoks are entertaining-ish, but didn't do it for me. So I never hung on to it. But obviously I was aware of it. All my friends, anytime I went to somebody's house, not only did they have all the toys, they'd have the Star Wars carrying case for the toys and the castle to play with them in and all the stuff, or spaceship or whatever the fuck. It was that and He-Man at the time, so it was always like, what? I had them all confused. It was all crap I didn't care about. Dukes of Hazzard, Smokey and the Bandit. I was into those things. Herbie the Love Bug. Tractors, construction sites. I was into that stuff. Where was I going with this stuff? What was I talking about?
Toy, basically. Visibility of Star Wars when you were.
Oh yeah, I just never got Star Wars, and then the Spaceballs movie came out, and that was sort of everywhere. Like they played it. They might have even played, maybe not school, but certainly like at camp or like the after school program wherever I went. Certainly saw it there. All my friends loved it, so I absorbed that one, and didn't get any of the references. I just thought it was like a weird movie. Because if you're a kid, you don't know that the Muppet Show is based on other things. You don't know that anything is other things,
Yeah, I just thought it was a really funny movie.
No, me too. Anyway, yeah.
And Mel Brooks wrote it or something. Like there's
Wrote it and directed it, I think. Yeah.
so many funny
Started it.
pieces to that.
Oh, it's great.
It fit in my wheelhouse better.
But it was like a cartoon in that there was so much. This is where the great ones really do cover. There's something for everybody. It was like a cartoon in that as kids, we were laughing at the big hairdryer and, all the silly, you're Schwartz, dick joke, all these different things. When there's so much political humor in there, there's religious humor, there's like so much other stuff, let alone a far more intricate storyline and references to an entire other movie franchise that we were missing.
Yeah, that's true.
Go watch Looney Tunes now. There's so much war propaganda and racial, not racial humor, because they were actually always more on the side of equality, but like, showing the differences. But it's all there. They have to look at it in order to,
Yeah.
they have to show it in order to look at it.
Then in mince words.
Let's see. Now, you guys are talking about deplane. Yeah, it was deplane. Deplane. Yeah, either way. I'm with you on those. Either way, I don't think it was le plane. Everyone agrees. D. He was Odd Job on Bond. Now, hang on. Odd Job on Bond was the big guy who threw the hat, wasn't he? In Goldfinger, wasn't that Odd Job? Asian, I guessed. I never really thought. Maybe Samoan, like kind of looking fella. In fact, the guy in Pee-wee's Big Adventure is sort of based on him.
Oh.
Francis is having his bath. You know that guy? You can't come in. Whatever.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door. Hervé Villachez was the little guy, right? Or has the Berenstain Bears taken over the world? Mandela effect. Because this is all stuff I feel like I used to know, but I don't know any of it anymore. It's all pretty blurry. If you were on Fantasy Island, what Porsche would you pick to drive and experience? All right, well, if I'm on Fantasy Island, I guess it would have to be some sort of convertible, right? Oh, you know what? I'm going to blow your mind, and I'm going to say we need to create something that isn't out yet. If I can make it, does it need to be existing Porsche? Can I make it? Because I would say I want a Safari. It can be anybody. It could be a Keen special build. It could be a Baja 911 build like from TJ. But I want to do what we said before. Instead of having the car top, I want to have it just be like Cage, but then have a Bimini, a Fantasy. I want a Fantasy Island looking Porsche, but it can handle the muddy and the off road. But you're still convertible and covered. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't exist, and it'll be really weird looking. Who cares? We're on Fantasy Island. The regular one was weird looking.
Sounds pretty awesome.
So that way we'd have all the fun in driving, but yet we still get dirty. We're still outside, but not sunburned. Yeah, that's my answer. And it's funny because you would never do that. Big convertible safari car. And so dangerous. But if it's fully caged, like, why not, right? Let's do this. And we'll call it the Fantasy Island builds. And this could be a whole theme. Then we could do a Jurassic Park one that's got its own, sort of, dino DNA in it, and spare no expense. We could do a whole theme here. Ahoy, says Alpha 952. Crucible, you speeding on my highway, boy. Haha. I speeding on your highway, boy. I wonder who she's talking to. We respect the crest. Yes, to everything you're saying. Yes. Sounds like you should watch the Red Letter Media Star Wars videos on YouTube. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not into Star Wars, so maybe skip it. Porsche working on Star Wars promo for the white. There's no new 914. I mean, prioritize guys. That's funny. I like how you spelled guys. Get out there. Sorry, Hervé was Nick Knack in The Man with the Golden Gun. Yes, he was. Wait, but was that... That's not the one that also had Corinthian leather guy in it, right? From Naked Gun, the main guy. Ricardo Montalban. Turned out they made up Corinthian leather. It's not even a real thing. It just the term. I mean, there's some nice plush leather, but they just made the term up.
That's
because
funny.
he could say it very well. He sounded very sexy when he said it. Gabe Golf. De Porsche. That's very funny. Got to drive that Singer Rally thing on Fantasy Island. Yeah, okay, so maybe that's it. But we gotta do the Fantasy Island top to it. Keep the cage, lose the roof, so we keep all the rigidity, and then throw that little Acapulco looking top on there. If we have to borrow it off of Reed's Acapulco, I'm sure he'll let us. Yeah, they've all got it now. The Man with the Golden Gun. I'm late to the party here. Rally 911 with a bikini top. Yeah, you guys are all there. Totally. Draft the Sketches pinstripe. Oh, man. Danny, you're so on it. I love it. Smokey and the Bandit. I love Smokey and the Bandit. Don't leave me, Daddy. Who's going to hold your hat? Hi, Damon McCarthy. Anybody wants to join in, by the way? I'd love to know what Star Wars is all about. Oh, Christopher Lee. Right. Boy, was he a good bad guy and everything. He's dead, right? I think all the good ones are dead. Exactly, you're not into it, so watch Red Letter Media. Okay, gotcha. I'll tell you what I find very funny. To back that up, I've seen then the Star Wars. Once I became friends with Kaz when I was 18 or whatever, somewhere in my 20s there, we watched the Star Wars movies, the first ones, 4 through 6. And I don't get it. I mean, I get it. I see what the movies are. I understand the story. I can comprehend what's going on. I don't get what's so good about it because I think I didn't see it when I was a kid. I bet if an adult saw Goonies or Back to the Future and Ghostbusters hold up really well still. But like some movie, whatever, that, sits with me as a kid. Trying to think some movie as big as Star Wars, though. I don't know. But you know what I mean when you see one as an adult for the first time and it just doesn't.
You don't have that childhood reverie to back it up.
Yeah, there's exactly 100%. Whatever you attach to, whatever you imprinted on, it's not there.
Yeah. I had a similar conversation about the Matrix the other day. It's like Alice in Wonderland, which I get. It's a book, it's a thing. But like, Keanu's fine, but he's not great.
Keanu?
Yeah.
As what?
As an actor. I love him in Speed. He's not good in the Lake House.
It's funny. I think he's actually surprisingly good, but I think that he is poorly directed. I really do. I think he's so misunderstood as a person. I don't think people know how to communicate with him because in some things he's really good. I mean, he always has that, he is who he is. But you've met him. I mean, I've met him. He's so much more than that as a human. I mean, like as a person, he is way deep. He is very smart.
Yep.
I don't think he really cares what you think about him or any, anybody.
Yeah, he is very resolute in who he is. So I think directing him is difficult for that reason. Like
you got to get into serious motivations and stuff with him versus just like, do it this way because.
Like you, he's not easily swayed.
Yeah, he's right. His brain crunches the numbers. It doesn't need you. Yeah, that's interesting. First time have you ever been to Babylon 5? No. Porsche Heaven. Jesus! Almost forgot. Lost control of the GTRS in No Name Straight this past weekend. Really? What's that all about? And who are you, Porsche Heaven? Schlombo's here. We met you for the first time the other day. You came and said hello someplace we were. I remember meeting him.
Same.
I was like, this is Schlombo. Obviously Breakfast Club or Malibu Kitchen because you were there. Shout out to Finish Line Auto Club where we were on Saturday. Had a little, it wasn't a Cars and Coffee. It wasn't even open to the public. It was just kind of a little open housey type thing. But Paul Connell and I went. Really, really fun. Great place over there too. I guess it's what Phyllis would call car condos. You know, it's like a really nice, big, giant building with wonderful amenities, gorgeous stuff, right on the runway of the airport. But individually within that nice big building are all these individual nice parts of buildings that you then buy out like condos. It's not a rental place like Matt's where you pay every month. You probably pay every month, but it's a different type of thing. So you own your spot. It's a you're buying into a place.
Like that's.
I don't want to say timeshare isn't right either. A condo is what it is. It's like a condominium.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. They'll fill up. I'm sure of it. A good place for it. Okay, I want to play. Let's do an East Coast feed real quick, just because. Okay. Mm-hmm. We don't need a whole lot of hubbub, but this is from today, down at BMW, and some funny stuff happened. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Whenever something interesting or funny comes in with a client or a customer, I'm like, just put it on the feed. Put it on the feed. We love funny, interesting, weird stories. Here we go. Roll it out.
It me, Shaggy. It wasn't me this time. It heats off of me. So listen, I'm gonna laugh this one up and then chuckle it up. This made my allergy service a lot better.
East Coast Feed coming to you live from BMW. So we had a fun-filled afternoon. Around 4:30, one of my customers comes to pick up their car after paying their $4,000 bill. And then we feel the need to put the key on the roof of their car. And they went to go get gas down the block on 35 and couldn't start the car when they got down to the end of the gas station when they filled it up. So we figured out that the guy left the key on the roof and it's somewhere on Route 7. Good news is we found it. It looks like this. It doesn't work. So let me see a tow truck out there. There it is on the tow truck. And yep, it got towed in. We're paying a tow bill, a brand new $500 key, and a happy customer. East Coast Feed.
Oh my god.
Right? So in case you missed any of that, customer came in, paid their $4,000 bill at BMW for some service or whatever, and then they drove away with the key on their roof. So the car's running, because of course this is the keyless entry at BMW things, but the key's close enough that the car's running, they drive away and it's gone. Now once they turn the car off at the gas station, it's dead. But they don't know that, so they're pumping the gas. They do the whole thing, and then they go, hey, a car won't start. What's going on? It's got the chimes and everything else. I'm in it. It's unlocked. Why won't it start? I've been here. I've had this happen.
Oh, my.
Not lost like that, but oh, my goodness. It goes, Connecticut. Porsche Heaven. Oh, Porsche Heaven, Telefunken Motorsports. I couldn't tell that. Who knew? Tony, we love you. Amen. Well, shit, the only reason you can hear me right now is thanks to you. Porsche Heaven is apparently Tony from Telefunken.
Who knew?
Not me. So he had the GT3 RS on No Name Straight at Lime Rock the other day, the real one. That's amazing.
Cool.
It's right before the uphill. They call it, it's like there's two straights at Lime Rock, but there isn't really. There's one straight, Sam Posey straight, and then there's this other isn't straight. And that's No Name Straight. But it's not straight. Did Lucas lose you when Luke mouth kisses his sister? No, I don't care about that. I mean, I'm a Back to the Future fan, and Marty's making out with his mom. He says, I never understood why were Han and Luke pitted against each other for the Princess Leia's affection. Oh, I agree. That's weird as hell. It just doesn't need to. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. George Lucas was a kid, too. The whole thing's weird. Malibu, yeah. Schlabo, Malibu. Porsche Heaven, you got to leave the Paz I'm on. That's funny. Oh, man. Danny, some guy in a 997, if you knew some of the other cars that Porsche Heaven owns, drives, races at Lime Rock, and how analog they are, I think you'd probably really, really dig it. But Pazamon isn't really an option. Porsche Heaven equals Telefunken Motorsports. That's so great. Love back, he says. Ghost Rider, ha ha ha, awesome. Love Back to the Future. Love the laughs today. Well, love you too, Billy. You're awesome. I will say this, though. I am like a crazy animal whisperer. Like, it's actually insanely... It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
Agree.
She's seen me communicate with every kind of animal. None in my lifetime, none are afraid of me. Animals that are afraid of everybody else or other people or whatever, as a rule, men, whatever it happens to be, I seem to always be able to break them down. Your little buddy, your little beautiful, little cute little dog seems to be terrified of me. And I don't know if it's because I remind him of somebody he doesn't like or if I did something or what. But every time I want to go say hi, Oski is his name, little Oski. Every time I want to go say hi, he like cowers away. And it's not like he does that with Billy. So anyway, I'm hoping it's just there's some sort of a bad familiarity of like some neighbor at one point he didn't like or something. Maybe he's a rescue. I don't know the story. He's such a beautiful little, cutest little face. And he's so sweet. He's always with Billy, you know. And he rides in that car so well. Loves riding in that car. And I could feel he was serious. That's why I said that. Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads. That's right. Yeah. Allow me. Allow me. Oh, allow me. There we go. Yeah.
Oh my.
It was great hanging out with Danny Botkin again on Sunday too. Danny from DeLorean Motor Company, who was here on the show a couple weeks ago, came out to Malibu on Sunday. Again. It was great. And I talked to him today. He said he's going to come back again soon with one of the shot DeLoreans, like one of the cars that are for sale. Because he said he was surprised that people were like into it and stuff. And I was like, yeah, especially when a guy who's actually credible can talk about it. DeLorean owners are sometimes weird, and they'll tell you anything you want to know, but you don't generally want to know it from them.
Yep.
I was one. That's like saying I'm Jewish. I can say Jewish jokes, that kind of thing. Like, I was a DeLorean owner. I can talk about it. Say that 5 times fast. I can't do that. Did DeLorean. I guess I can. It's no big deal. I should mention, well, obviously some sponsors as well, but I should also tell you that we have some incredible guests coming up. It's been just the two of us the last couple of days. I don't want you to think we've been, like, we're losing steam. We're not. This is just in the next couple of weeks. Sean Lindauer, Tony Rackley, Lynn Woodward, Manuel Carrillo from the new show on Motor Trend, Matt Farah, Spike Ferriston, now we're getting into June, Ann Anstead, Rob Cordry, confirmed, and Jay Leno is confirmed but not a date. We're still working on a date, but I feel comfortable with all those names. I feel comfortable throwing him in there because he said yes so many times, although I'm thinking that the next time I may need to like have my camera going next time so I can show you all what we experienced and then we can all talk about it.
That's
Carissa,
a great
haha.
list.
Happy birthday, Sean. Sean Lindauer's birthday today. In fact, we thought he was going to be here today, but it was indeed his birthday. So he said no, he's going to go celebrate Star Wars instead. Just kidding. Probably doing some Star Wars tattoos today, though, I bet.
Oh, I bet.
And we hope Sean will be here on Thursday of this week. We hope. He thinks so. He's just checking the schedule and stuff. And then Tony, I don't remember when, but these other ones are coming up. Matt's coming up at the end of this month. Spike is going to be next month because he wants to promote the Malibu. I should tell you now because he's promote the Malibu Pier Car Show, which is in June, end of June. Sean gave my daughter her first tattoo yesterday. Oh my God! There's a sentence you don't. I mean, there's a lot of stories like that going on lately. You know what I mean? There's a lot of. I hope to God nobody else heard that, but there's a lot. That's good stuff. We love Sean, and shout out to High Seas Tattoo Parlor. If you're here in Los Angeles and considering getting a tattoo, which is a lot of people when you come to LA, hey, we're going out to LA for the summer. I might get a tattoo. I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. Go to High Seas Tattoo Parlor. It's on Melrose. It is very nice. It's a fancy rock and roll tattoo parlor. There are no tutus that I know of. Although I could totally see Sean being the guy who was just like, yeah, I'm wearing a tutu today. You know, whatever. Like, wife beater or no shirt at all, maybe. Just a tutu. Got a pre-roll tucked behind the ear, you know.
That is a great visual.
Fajita's leash around his ankle because Fajita won't go anywhere anyway. Jerry, Mr. Nautis is here. Flat 6 Misfit. So anyway, yeah, lots of good guests coming up. That's really exciting. Commercials, I should tell you about Cruising to Wellness and our friend Rob at Cruising to Wellness. Needless lately. We should change this up. We're halfway through almost. Cruising to a Healthy 2021 with Cruising to Wellness CBD. The cruise is with a Z. Cruise because Santa Cruz. Get it? Cruise with a Z. Use promo code LATE-NIGHT for 20% off your order at cruisingtowellness.com. Cruisingtowellness.com.
Cruisingtowellness.com.
Cruisingtowellness.com, for anybody who might not know, is all sorts of CBD products. Everything you could possibly imagine. They've got... I moved it. I used it the other day. Anyway, but they got some rubs that I really like that are good for your joints and your temples and stuff. They've got tinctures. They've got capsules. They've got, vape things like this. Really everything in the family of CBD products. So if there's anything you could possibly want, check out Cruisin' to Wellness CBD on Instagram or cruisingtowellness.com and use promo code LATE-NIGHT. 20% off the order. Cruisingtowellness.com, cruisingtowellness.com.
Cruisingtowellness.com.
Time to tell you about St. Clair Insurance. Had a conversation with our buddy Jeff St. Clair just yesterday, as they are staying with us for the next few months at least. They re-upped their term.
That's awesome.
So St. Clair Insurance is staying with us. They say all that separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. St. Clair Insurance has coverage for your toys. We're going to shift what we talk about a little bit, mainly because his business is, we used to talk about Haggerty a lot, and I don't want to take anything away from Haggerty, but he actually sells all sorts of insurances, and he can also play everybody against each other. He has access to all of the collector car coverages. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I got to figure out a way to say it, and then I'll put it on a blue card, and then this will be professional. Until then, it doesn't have to be Haggerty, but if you need insurance for your collector car, check out St. Clair Insurance. And run the numbers. Check it out. You're gonna like that. You're gonna like that coverage from Jeff St. Clair. Plus, if you do the rallies and you've got these cars anyway, you probably already know them. It just kind of makes sense. Coverageforyourtoys.com. Coverageforyourtoys.com.
Coverageforyourtoys.com.
Should now tell you that my name is Jay Ryan, and this is Late Night Playset. And if you would like us to stay on the air, you should please like, subscribe, and comment below. This feeds the internet algorithm and eventually us as well. Be a pal. Like, subscribe, and comment below. It'll be fire. In addition to that, we also have a Patreon, and there are Patreon levels at almost every level of affordability. I believe the lowest one is $5, but in my own head, because I just am this guy, I want to make one for $1, and I think I might do that as well. But I think the lowest one is $5, and it goes all the way up to $5,000. Don't let that number scare you. That's for premier sponsors. That's like if somebody wants to be like, Geritol presents Late Night Playset, or like the old days when somebody used to pay for the whole hour, and it was very, very common. In fact, that's how television was. Period. There was no
brought to you by.
There was no partitioned out. There's 36 commercials during this 1 hour of programming. They're all for different things. That, believe it or not, occurred when the Today Show and Tonight Show were incepted.
I have learned that on that show that we're watching.
So basically, what I'm trying to get at here is, due to our unique abilities and backgrounds here, we are able to put out a network quality product for a significantly less pattern budget, less money, what it equates to. So somebody could all of a sudden just come and present the entire show. I don't mean like you, me, or Newcomb's Ranch, but I mean like Pirelli Tire or Michelin or whomever. I'm making those ones up, but it doesn't matter. We are friends with a lot of BBS wheels we're friends with. There's a lot of larger organizations that do have marketing budgets where a show like ours would be a tiny little thing.
Right.
So that's why it's up there. It was basically the logic that we applied to our wedding registry. Yes, you generally get things in the $30, $50, $100 price range, But, well, whatever, we thought to ourselves, okay, but also we have some insanely wealthy friends who really, really like us and support us. So, like, we should just, actually, it was somebody who was very wealthy who told us that. Do you remember that whole story? I don't want to say their name here, but it was actually somebody else who said, yeah, no, you should do that. That way everyone has the option. And I said, but it makes us look blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, and nobody has to buy it for you. And I was like, oh. It was somebody who loved themselves much more at the time than we did. Ourselves, Does that make sense? We didn't feel worthy. Anyway, with that, we put some expensive things, and there's a piece of furniture in our house in the other room that we absolutely love to this day. It was bought for us by someone on that wall, and it was sort of the same logic. And it might have even been that person. I can't remember. I can't believe you don't remember.
I don't.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, so Patreon. Why put a KitchenAid on the registry? Why not? Exactly. That's boom. You just nailed it. Yes, no, you're not going to get anything more than the $100 luggage or whatever. But the truth is we did get, that thing was over $500. I think it might have been more than that. I can't believe I'm saying this stuff. I know you're not supposed to talk about this stuff. I know. I don't know what's wrong with me.
He was
No
really
boundaries.
proud to show off his artistic ability.
That's what it was. He goes, of all the things on there, I'm picking this because it's cool. It was like him buying it acknowledged that, yeah, you've got good taste.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, maybe you can't afford this, but I can, and here it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cruising and Wellness CBD. Hi, Rob. Rob, I just found out, thanks to our friend Adam Ferrara, that today is International Firefighters Day. I did not know that. Viewers of this show, looks like we've had one right now. Viewers of this show may or may not know my dad was a firefighter. He was volunteer, but in the sticks in Connecticut, that's all you have. He was a firefighter. And Adam Ferrara played one on the show Rescue Me. He does a lot of stuff. And Cruising to Wellness was a first responder as well back in New York. So anyway, shout out to you and all the brothers who are out there doing the job. Amen. We didn't get the KitchenAid, by the way. Oh, man. I don't... We didn't go nuts. It wasn't like... It wasn't like there was 46 different things. It was just like, oh, there's a range from, $1 to... That was what we did. So we also made it go lower as well on the same register. There was things down to like $3 from Crate and Barrel. It was like, sponges and whatever the heck.
Right.
That went up to, call it $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A little bit for everyone.
Yep. So Patreon, check out GVBC as well. The T-shirts are back in stock. Dual Shift. Check out Dual Shift as well for GVBC stuff. Right now, it's the T-shirt. There will be a sticker pack available, a new GVBC sticker pack, and that is coming out soon. Rob, I see you're trying to join. I've just got a couple announcements to make if you're still there in a few minutes. And there are other products coming out between Dual Shift, their own branded stuff that they're coming out with, very cool road gear, I'm going to say, for lack of a better term. When David's here in person, he'll tell you all about it better. But they're going to be doing the 111 stuff, and in the future, the late night play stuff or LNP stuff as well. So there is a lot of cool stuff to be coming out from Dual Shift in the future. It won't just be Dual Shift. It won't just be good vibes. It won't just be, it's like, there's all sorts of shit coming out. So follow Dual Shift if you're not already. iPhones still need two iPhone 10s or newer. If anybody happens to have iPhone 10s in the drawer, it was the first ones without a button, I think. They're pretty old now, 3, 4, 5 years old. If you've got one in a drawer that's just got a dead battery and it's collecting dust, we'll take it. Please, we'll take it. We appreciate the donation. We will put your name on it, and we will use it as a camera in the show. And if you want, you can choose where it goes. You can have your own angle, but it definitely will have your name on it, and it will be used just like this, like Will on camera 3 over here. There's Will on camera 3. Will, who is still vacationing in Connecticut, but Will is right over here on Will on camera 3 and stuff like that. Speaking of which, LASD Motorsports joined. That's hysterical. They are the ones who just sent us a phone recently. Unfortunately, I think it was older. It was like an 8 or something, or a 7 Plus or something like that. Whatever it was, it wasn't what we needed. But thank you for your generosity. Porsche Heaven says, I got stickers for you. We have lots of your stickers, and I'll take them. And we still give out your stickers, although I think I might need your stickers because I think we are we might be out. I haven't seen a Telefunken sticker in a while.
I haven't either.
I hope you saw that 550 Spider that came up the other day, though, that had the Telefunken on it. That was good. I don't know if they got that from us or not, but it looked great. I've got an X. Where do we send? Do you really? Oh, that's amazing. Would you send us just send me a DM after to the Porsche Life thing, and I'll respond to you. That would be amazing. Thanks. And if you need anything for it, like a receipt or whatever, let me know. But otherwise, let me know what your name is and how that works, and you can have. There you go. You get the thing. It'll be, I don't know what your name. I want to be like it'll be Timmy on camera 6, but I don't know what his name yet. It could be Kevin. What are the chances? It might not be Timmy. Oh, it's Henry. Somebody says Henry. Good stuff, Henry. Well, thanks, Henry, if it's Henry. I mean, it does say Henry, W-R-S. Gee whiz, what's the matter with me? I got so excited, I guess I got blind for a second. I was like, what, a new phone? No way. MC3 Films is here. We just talked about you. You're going to be here in a couple weeks. This is shit, I can't click on it to show you everybody. I wish I could, but it's Manuel Carrillo, and I don't know if he says Carrillo like my friend Courtney does, or if he says Carrillo. I don't actually know. Anyway, he's got a new show on Motor Trend, and we met him at Breakfast Club the other day, and he's going to be here soon, in a couple weeks. And I'm very excited for that. In fact, you're sandwiched between a couple good people, but I think you're right in between Matt Farah and Rob Corddry.
Good.
It should be a good week, yeah. Good week. Rob Corddry will have right after his elbow surgery and before the family vacation. Cool. So it's right in that pocket we hoped for.
Good. I can't wait to see
June
him.
3rd, I think. And if I'm not mistaken, he's had a birthday. Like his birthday has passed, right, for this year?
Yeah.
So he is now, I hope this is okay if I said, he's now 50 years old, correct?
I believe so.
How cool is that? So we were on the big giant birthday trip, and we'll talk about this when Rob's here, but for his 40th birthday. You remember that?
Yeah.
Up in wine country?
Yeah.
Like 30 comedians, and we took over a bed and breakfast, and we just caused ruckus all weekend, all over Napa and Sonoma.
We took a bus somewhere that broke down.
We did. We took a party bus, like a stripper van, but because it was supposed to be fun, but it couldn't make the hill, and it broke down. And then we all had to. Oh my God, that was amazing. Oh, we have to tell all these stories on the show. But I always screw up his last name. But from Step Brothers and stuff, Adam. It's not Adam.
I'll think of it. I don't remember.
His wife is amazing, and they own a production company together. And he was on Parks and Rec. And
I have it.
You all know who we're talking about, Step Brothers and everything else. Adam, somebody. In fact, say it if you know it. Anyway, you and me jumped into his car. Adam and Naomi Scott, of course. We jumped into his car to get back down the mountain while everyone else waited because, they were nice enough and let us.
Yeah, his wife was freaking out. I was talking to her down off a ledge when that happened.
It was so great. The whole thing was great. And Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally, and we were wine tasting. Well, it wasn't even wine tasting yet. We're just getting a tour of the winery. I'll tell you this one thing, is it was so funny. Can I tell the birthday part? He goes, so Nick Offerman, him also from, I think, Parks and Rec and whatever, but he's everything now. He's super famous. I didn't know him that well at the time, so he was just like a really funny guy. But we're in the wine rooms, like where all the casks are, like the store, I don't know, the big open warehouses, and they're taking us through, and they show the wine barrel on its side, and it's got the the whole thing and the cork and the whole thing. And Nick goes over and asks the guy. Now Nick's been there. He set the whole thing up. Nick and Megan set all these tours up and everything. They're already friends with these places. and he goes, and there's a room of nothing but comedians and some wine guy and like the other people from the plays that wanted to see all the famous people, right? But it's like a bunch of famous people and then one not famous guy. I mean, one bunch of funny people and then one not funny guy. and Nick Offerman goes, and what's this called? And he points to the hole, and the guy goes, the bung, and everyone's like. Right, okay, and the centerpiece there, what would that be called? He's like, well, the bung hole, and he goes, happy birthday. And he turned around, and it was like applause from the whole. Do you remember that? That's the bung, and what's that in the center? That's the bung hole. happy birthday. So funny. Like he got the non-funny guy to say bunghole,
Yep.
and that was the trick. So great.
Oh, it's such a good
Bunch of
moment.
children. Bunch of children. So great. I gotta when he's here, I'll find the picture. There's a picture that we all took together. We were only there because you were representing Rob Corddry. Well, actually, you were representing a handful of those people at the time, but you were the only representation there. There was no other. It was all famous people or like producer level people. Like it was all talent or producers.
Weren't invited.
None of them. You and me because I was your. Because they couldn't not invite me. They couldn't do a Nicole -1. They're laughing. Yeah. That is what it is. It is what it is. All right. We love everybody. Did I miss Cruising and Wellness? I'm sorry if I did. Bring Newcombs, Henry. Bring to Newcombs, Henry. Will do. Good vibes. Oh, do I know Henry? I'm so sorry. I feel like an idiot. Yeah, bring the Newcombs for sure. I feel like an idiot. I believe I have one coming up. I'll DM you. Oh, man, this is amazing. All good stuff. Dorian, thank you so much for your Dorian doesn't do doesn't do Patreon or monthly memberships, but he did a Venmo instead or a PayPal. So whatever, he contributed very nice instead. Said
Thanks,
to support
Dorian.
goodness, supporting goodness.
You're awesome.
Amen. Appreciate it. Mick 3 Films, what up? Pronounced like the manual transmission. And then the last name like the state beach. That's amazing. As in Leo Carrillo. So I did have it right. Manuel Carrillo. Anyway, you're super awesome, and you're going to be here in a couple weeks. I can't wait. Can't wait. LASD Motorsports, laughing. I'm behind. I'm at the beach watching you two instead of the waves. No way. Alpha 952. What beach? It'd be funny if you were at Leo Carrillo. Which, by the way, just found out the other day, that's the beach from frickin' Karate Kid when, Daniel Johnny breaks the radio and he's like, what's up, man? What's your problem? And all that, and the bike's in the sand and you stand in the new kid. That was Leo Carrillo. And the funny thing is, once you know that, all I had to do, I found out and then we're driving by and I looked over and I was like, oh my God, it's identical in every way still. You just, once you know, and then you pass the
So
frame and you're like,
obvious.
oh my God, there's Ali on the beach and everything. And the Cobra Kai. Kayla Marzo, hey Danny, love you guys. 6 wheels is not enough, joined. How many wheels do you need, man? Kind of needy on the wheel front. 6 wheels, I'm assuming that's one of those 6-wheelers, which used to be fun. You could take them in the water and stuff. I think you saw one on American Chopper. They flooded it because he took the cork out or whatever. Took the bong hole cork out. What's that piece over there? Oh, that's the bong. And what's that there called? That's the bong hole. You're welcome. It's not funny. It's not a fun. It's because it was
Because of him.
and his insanely dry delivery and sensibility, and he's just so funny. He's so smart and funny. Both of them. Like I'm telling you something. She's won many, many Emmys. I think he probably has too. But she has won many, many for that Grayson crap. What the hell was the name of that show? Will and Grace.
He was just known as a
I kept wanting to call
woodworker.
it Grace and Bobby. Grace and Bobby.
No.
She was from that show Grace and Bobby. You remember with Just Jack. God damn. What's the matter with me? James Cornish, love dry humor. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. Leo Carrillo. Never knew. Me neither. Now when you drive by, man, look at it. And it's literally when you, if you're looking at the beach, just look to the right where the lifeguard shack is elevated above. That's it. That's literally it. They're riding the bikes down from the top where the lifeguard shack is down to the little path down to where the sand is. It's amazing. It's like going all the way down to the end of Point Doom, and it's everything from the OC to Planet of the Apes. Like everything is shot there. And every time I make a mention of, everything's shot down there, every time you pass it, there's like 16 different yellow location signs for different productions that are down there at the moment. Stereopuge, Psychrofan. Yeah. Good stuff. And then the last thing I want to do is shout out to our friends over at Tradecraft Farms. Big fans of Sticky Vape and Tradecraft Farms. They're really helping out Mrs. with her stuff, which is really, really great. And quite frankly, when it comes to the vapes, I enjoy them too. They really, really are nice. And when we first got some of these vapes, I think everyone knows this already, but like I don't smoke weed. I don't do the actual flower like she does. But I totally will get into these little things. I don't find them to be as strong. What the hell was I just telling you? Oh, when we switched to the, that's how good they are. When we switched to these ones, I started sleeping better. And I think it's because it somehow, I don't know if it takes your pain away or if it makes you relax into a, like, I don't know exactly how this stuff works. I'm not a scientist. You're going to have to look it up, folks. You're going to have to check out the internet and figure out what CBD and THC actually do to the body. But I just couldn't be happier. I'm so thrilled with the relationship. So shout out to Tradecraft Farms. Follow them on Instagram. It's confusing because Instagram, the algorithms don't necessarily want companies like Tradecraft Farms to succeed there. So if you just type in Tradecraft Farms, you can't find it. You have to do Tradecraft_Farms, and it's that one. If you do the one that just pops up, there's only like 300 or 500 people following it. That's not the one. There's the one with like 40,000 people following it. The one that we're following. Find the one that we're following. In fact, look at the people we follow. Find Tradecraft Farms. Follow them there. Also, specifically, it's a different company and a different Instagram account. Sticky Vape. Stick E with an E. Sticky. And the irony, not sticky at all. I don't do well with sticky. My autism is like, I'm like like a cat. I need all my dexterity. So shout out to Tradecraft Farms. I'm going to be seeing Tommy again soon, and we ran into them on the road the other day too, which was great fun. With the Porsches on Sunday. Totally random, and ran into them twice, and the same thing both times. They were coming out of a road, and we were going by the T as they came out of it. But the first time they were coming at the bottom of Old Topanga, and we were going along Mulholland Highway, and then later they took a left to go to cut through towards Los Virginias at whatever that Cold Creek or whatever that is. And we went all the way to the end and around. And sure enough, when they got to the end, we did the exact same thing again.
That's really neat.
Really fun.
I love seeing them out.
I love that it becomes a small town. You're all waving at each other.
Yep.
So great. Let's see. Kalo says, I moved to the U.S. at age 11. Looked for Wally World vacation movie for years. No one ever told me it was Magic Mountain until I was there and recognized the front entrance. Years. Bro, I'm so with you on that for so many things. So many things I can't even tell you. So many things. And the truth is, it's sometimes even after they're fucking torn down that you find out like someplace you used to be was the thing from whatever. In the exact same situation, a bar I used to go to all the time. It's a live music venue that my friend used to own in Santa Monica called Harvell's. Went there for years and years and years before finding out that it was in one of my favorite movies, Beverly Hills Cop, not even in Los Angeles. Harvell's in Santa Monica is a tiny little dive bar, like shotgun, dark, very narrow, long type of deal, seedy looking. It's the Detroit bar in the beginning before they leave. It's the seedy, gross, disgusting where they're shooting pool and they're getting drunk with his friend from home before they find the Barabons and Mikey gets killed. Anyway, I've got 100 just like that. I'm so with you. To the same point, Kayla Marzo, on the same movie as yours, we were at, it wasn't Wally World, but when they're driving up to it, before they get there with the moose up front, should have told you. When they're driving up to it, you see the underpass with all like it's CGI or like matte painting roller coaster on top. That's actually the underpass getting into the parking lot of the racetrack, the horse racetrack, Santa Anita, out there in I guess Santa Anita, California. But it's the same thing. Like we were there for a BMW ride and drive. We're like, that's familiar over there. Remember we were doing the racetrack thing there? And we were like, that's familiar. And we looked it up. And sure enough, it was Wally World. And if you're into that movie, the house, the Griswold house from the first vacation movie, the Wally World one, is right on Vermont Avenue. You can see it from the street. All you have to do is like drive up to Griffith Park like you're going to the tunnel or the observatory or the Greek Theater. And it's one of the first houses on the right when you're driving up the road. The moment you get north of Franklin, it's like only a couple houses. You'll see it. You can't miss it with the circular turnaround driveway. Don't get Jay started on movie locations like this. It's an hour and a half again. We did all our commercials, right?
Yeah.
Did we talk about Star Wars?
A little bit.
Nobody told me why it's good. I'll tell you that. Somebody else told me like, oh, you don't like it either. Watch this. Kayla Marzo, I asked everyone too. Wait, there's no Wally World? You know why it's funny how I brought that up and why I didn't mention, it didn't seem connected. Here's why the Beverly Hills Cop and the Wally World thing were connected to me, and I didn't get there. Beverly Hills Cop 3, Wonder World, not Wally World, also Magic Mountain. It's Wally World. Wally World is Wonder World, is Magic Mountain. Most up front should have told you. You know, we were talking about Star Wars and Spaceballs and everything before. Mrs. Ryan and I are of the era where Christmas Story was the vacation movie. Not Christmas Story. Christmas Vacation was the Griswold movie for us.
Yeah.
We didn't see the first one, Vacation, until we were together.
True.
And we couldn't believe how funny it was. We're like, it was just the exact same thing as Spaceballs. We're like, there's so much of this stuff it's a throwback to this or a hidden joke from this or whatever. I'm like, Christmas Vacation became a better movie to us because of all of the stuff we learned in Vacation. And then European as well, which was, I don't think that one's as good. I don't know why. Rusty annoys me. There's something about that one. I don't think it's as good. What do you guys think? I don't know. The camcorder and the mom's naked. There's something about all that. Remember, it's weird.
Yeah.
And then there's like a little too much stunt casting. Like, I like all the moments. Kids, Big Ben, Parliament. But then, is it John Cleese they keep running into and hurting more and more? Like, I don't know. There was just a bunch of hokey stuff.
It's
It felt like a sequel
gimmicky.
to me. Felt like a sequel.
Yeah. The other ones felt more like they had more heart.
Arcadia, Annie. See, man, Henry knows exactly what's up. The more you know. Dun, 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 dun. Motorco. Hi, Kevin. Dude, you're killing my childhood. These things are better left in the movie. Oh, no. What else do you want to know? Nightmare on Elm Street house is right off of Sunset, bro. No joke. Still to this day, but luckily that one still looks exactly the same as well.
Still is the red door.
Go live with me. I'm at a Star Wars event. All right. Could never get into Star Wars. Me neither, man. Christmas Vacation was awesome, but grew up on Spaceballs. I used to wish Chevy Chase was my dad. But you probably don't mean that. But Clark Griswold, probably you wished he was your dad. And another Jay Ryan has a story for everything. I used to shoot pool. I used to, as in 2 times. But we used to see him there a lot. But shot pool with Chevy Chase in Danbury, Connecticut. Chevy Chase used to, probably still does live in Connecticut. And in the town next to the one that I lived in. And there was this place called Boston Billiards that also isn't there anymore. I think it's like Buffalo Wild Wings now or something else. Anyway, Boston Billiards, it was a huge, really, really nice upscale pool hall that had like 30 gorgeous felt tables, but then had like these 2 VIP rooms that could then be broken down into like halves. There was 2 tables in each one. I don't think there was an actual partition, but like they rented them out separately, even though it was one room. Anyway, Chevy Chase was always in one of those. And one time he saw my Late Show jacket that David Letterman gave me for stealing this microphone and returning mine. But seriously, he saw the Late Show jacket, and he asked me where I got it, and I think I told him that David gave it to me and the whole thing, whatever, and he asked me to come. He invited me to come play pool with him. I was playing pool anyway. At the table, like outside, you know what I mean? Like 2 tables outside the room, like to go to the bathroom, he would have had to pass me. I think that's what it was, like going back. Arnie's place was my pool. Oh, my God. Oh, it's Skip. Oh, of course. Yes, Arnie's place was in Westport. That was the joint. When I was a kid, Arnie's place was Archie's Atomic from License to Drive. It just was. It was like you want to go there someday. Oh, you want your birthday there. You know, there wasn't a Chuck E. Cheese yet. It was Arnie's. And it was an arcade. It was just an arcade in a pool hall. But in puritanical Westport, Wilton, I mean, we didn't have shit like that. We didn't have anything cool and fun. We had a gazebo. And a fucking hole that we used to swim in called Merwin Meadows that I still love. That's amazing. Arnie's place then became like Anthropology or some like natural surroundings store where you could buy like fountains and fucking CDs to calm yourself. It was totally the irony. Like it went from screaming kids to like serene tranquility, you know. Half of Mad Max was probably Lancaster. Yeah. My favorite, one of my favorite comedy movies of all time, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World from the early 60s, 63, I think. That was all out there in the desert. All the 101, like from Palm Springs through Lancaster. All right, guys, we got to wrap it up. I don't know. I could talk to you guys all night. We should do a Twitch show again as an experiment just because uh-oh. Couldn't be back there. Continue. Yeah, continue. I don't know what's going on if we're still on there or what. Who knows? Who knows? Life is what it is. We're wrapping it up. Anyway, love everybody. Love everybody. Let's see. Stuff coming up. Sean Lindauer, I told you we think on Thursday. Coming up, Tony Rackley, Lynn Woodward, Manuel Carrillo III, Matt Farah, Spike Ferriston, Ant Anstead, Jensen Button. We're trying to figure out a time when those two can come together. Rob Corddry, Jay Leno, all coming up in the next few months. Eddie was awesome. Turn on microwave. He pisses his pants. He's got the steel plate in his head here. Subscribe. Hang on. My friend Danny has a message for you. Check it out.
To smash that like button. Subscribe. We need some subbies. Come on. You can do it. Late night. Woo. Good vibes.
I love
Thank
that
you,
guy.
Danny. We love everybody. Until Good Vibes, go get your Good Vibes shirt from Dual Shift until we see you on Friday, where we will see you on Friday. I think sticker packs will be available. I'm not sure. And then also, What Are You Driving Today should be back this week as well. So all sorts of fun stuff happening. We love you. We love you on Instagram. We love you on YouTube. And we'll see everybody on Thursday. Good night, everybody. Yeah, I said it. I didn't like how that sounded. It sounded very letterman. It wasn't intentional. Good night, everybody. Bye, Carissable.